Hey everyone! Today I'm bringing you the 3 hottest pieces of news about Wrexham. And look, I'll give you a heads up straight away. The third one is the bombshell everyone's been talking about, the news you've already seen in the thumbnail and the title. So stick around until the very end because it's absolutely worth it. It's really big stuff. But of course, before we get there are 2 very important updates you need to know to really understand how Wrexham are turning themselves into one of the most talked about teams of the season. News 1. An incredible move by Ryan Reynolds and Rob Mack. To start with, we need to talk about the owners of Wrexham, Ryan Reynolds and Rob McElhenney. Everyone already knows them as major Hollywood stars, but what a lot of people still haven't realized is that these two are building something massive within football. They're not treating Wrexham as an expensive hobby, as many thought back at the beginning. Quite the opposite. Every single move shows there's a serious, ambitious project with heavy investment aimed at transforming the club into one of the strongest sides in the Championship and, who knows, maybe even reaching the Premier League in the not-so-distant future. And the perfect example of this ambition is the new signing, Callum Doyle. This name may not be that well known to people who only follow top-flight football, but anyone who keeps an eye on England's youth system and the Championship knows full well the talent this lad has. He's only 21 years old, but he already has nearly 100 professional appearances in the Championship on his CV, and that's no small feat. A young player, battle-tested, who has faced high-pressure situations and shown real maturity. And it doesn't stop there. Doyle comes straight from Manchester City, one of the most powerful clubs in the world. Even though he didn't manage to secure a spot in the first team, he spent years learning in one of the most advanced training centres on the planet, surrounded by world-class players. And here's the crucial detail. He was coached under the watchful eye of none other than Pep Guardiola. Just imagine, soaking up advice and methods from one of the greatest managers in football history. That alone is an elite education. An EFL specialist, someone who follows the Championship closely, even said they fully expected Doyle to sign for a Premier League side, or at least for a recently relegated club with plenty of money still at hand. So when the news broke that he'd be playing for Wrexham, the reaction was sheer surprise. A pleasant surprise, of course. Because it proves that the project run by Ryan Reynolds and Rob Mack isn't just about marketing or about looking good in the team's documentary series. It's about building a genuinely competitive squad. What's even more striking is the experts' analysis of this signing. They highlighted that Doyle isn't just another promising centre-back, he's the type of player who could easily already be performing at the very highest level. A defender who combines youth, physical strength and technical skill with the ball at his feet. He can defend aggressively, is quick enough to recover in open play, and at the same time he has the quality to bring the ball out from the back, breaking lines with passes that unlock the game. Nowadays, this kind of centre-back profile is incredibly rare. On top of that, his track record with England's youth national teams makes it clear he hasn't got to this point by accident. He's already been a champion with the U19s, he's played for the U21s, and is regarded as someone who could one day even break into the senior national team. That makes this signing even more significant, because Wrexham aren't just bringing in a good player, they're betting on someone who has every chance of becoming a key figure in English football in the years to come. And of course, this all came at a price. It wasn't cheap. But as one of the experts summed it up perfectly, it may have been costly, but it was a very smart investment. The kind of signing that doesn't just improve the team on the pitch, but also sends a clear message to rivals. Wrexham are ready to compete at a completely different level. Ryan Reynolds and Rob McElhenney have once again proved they're not messing about. They're in it to win it. News 2, another signing confirmed. And look at this, if you thought Wrexham were going to stop after the bombshell signing of Callum Doyle, you were wrong. The club is still going strong in the market and, this time, they're getting closer and closer to officially announcing yet another arrival that promises to give even more strength to the squad. In fact, Doyle himself has already been spotted wearing Wrexham's training gear and, of course, the images went viral among supporters. That alone was enough to send the fans into a frenzy of anticipation. And the detail here is that this isn't just any addition. We're talking about a player who arrives with a stamp of quality already confirmed by experts. The analysis about him is unanimous. In addition to being an excellent defender, strong in the tackle and with great positional awareness, he also has that crucial trait which separates ordinary centre-backs from the great ones in modern football, ball-playing ability. That's right, Doyle is the type who doesn't panic when the ball comes to his feet. He keeps his head up, chooses his passes well and can break lines with precise distribution. And more than that, he's left-footed. It might sound like a small detail, but in today's game, finding a quality left-footed centre-back is almost like discovering a treasure. It makes life so much easier for any manager, as it balances the defensive setup and opens up new possibilities in the build-up phase. One specialist even highlighted that Doyle doesn't just defend well in tight spaces, but is also extremely agile when it comes to covering large areas of the pitch. In other words, he has the pace and anticipation needed to deal with quick strikers and dangerous counterattacks. That makes him a valuable asset in virtually any tactical system. Now, what really stands out about this Wrexham move is the clear philosophy the club has been following. This isn't about spending for the sake of spending. It isn't about signing aging veterans who are at the tail end of their careers just to attract media attention. Quite the opposite. What they are doing is intelligent investment, targeting young players full of potential but who already have enough experience to deliver immediate results. It's that perfect blend, a strong present and an even brighter future. And when you look at this signing more closely, you can see just how much of a coup it is. Doyle comes from a place of excellence, Manchester City, where he absorbed fundamentals that very few players his age have had the chance to learn. He knows how to deal with pressure, he's played tough championship matches, and on top of that, he's been shaped in a footballing culture that values ball retention and tactical intelligence. For a club like Wrexham, who are on the rise, having a centre-back with this profile could be the key to taking the next step. It's the type of signing that transforms a good squad into a genuinely competitive one, capable of challenging at the top. And the supporters have already recognised this. The excitement is huge. Every photo, every rumour, every new piece of information about this signing sparks a wave of comments and expectations. And when the official announcement finally drops, you can be sure the celebrations will be massive. At the end of the day, what's clear is this: Wrexham aren't messing about. With Reynolds and Rob Mack at the helm, the club is showing that it's following a carefully thought-out plan, bringing in players who not only fit the playing style but also raise the overall level of the team. This isn't just another signing. It's another firm step in a journey that's already turning heads across English football. News 3, the main one: Wrexham wants an international star for a bargain price. And now, folks, we've arrived at the piece of news that really left everyone stunned. After opening the checkbook and spending big on players like Broadhead, Kiefer Moore, and more recently the young defender Callum Doyle, Wrexham seems to have no limits in this transfer window. Their next target could be none other than one of the most promising names in Welsh football, Jordan James, a midfielder for the Wales national team. To give you a sense of the scale of this potential deal, Jordan James is only 21 years old, but already carries the kind of experience many seasoned professionals would envy. He's played over 100 matches for Birmingham, the club where he came through the ranks and made a name for himself, and last year he moved to Rennes in France, a League One side with a strong reputation for developing young talent. Even though he didn't fully settle there, the international experience has only added more value to his career. And here's the detail that makes this story even more surprising: Rennes are asking for around £4 million. Yes, you heard that right. £4 million for a national team player, still young, with experience in two of Europe's top leagues, and a massive future ahead of him. It's what we call a luxury bargain, because any other club in the Championship, or even in the Premier League, would likely be willing to pay far more for him without a second thought. Now, if Wrexham actually managed to pull this off, it would be an absolute masterstroke off the pitch. We're talking about a player who's already playing for the senior Wales national team, and who doesn't shy away from facing top-level opposition. Just to give you an example, former Wales national team coach Rob Page went out of his way to praise the lad publicly, saying that Jordan James has already shown international quality against some of the strongest sides, including Croatia. Not every youngster gets that kind of recognition. That's the mark of a special player. And here's the question: can you imagine what this would mean for Wrexham? Not just bringing in solid signings like Broadhead and Doyle, but also a midfielder with national team credentials, someone who can dictate the tempo, spray passes around, and be that engine in the middle that every manager dreams of. At just 21, he wouldn't just be a key figure for the upcoming season, he could easily become a symbol of the long-term project the club is building. The impact would be huge in every possible way. On the pitch, because Val Edwards would have a real game-changer at his disposal. Off the pitch, because simply having Jordan James at a club like Wrexham sends a powerful message. The project led by Ryan Reynolds and Rob McElhenney is anything but a joke. They're not just trying to grab headlines with flashy signings, they're genuinely building a competitive team with a young core and players who can grow alongside the club. And there's more. Pulling off a move like this would send a clear message to the rest of the Championship, and even to some Premier League clubs. The message would be simple: Wrexham are here to compete as equals, and they're not settling for being a supporting act. The fans, of course, are already going wild at just the possibility. The thought of seeing James running the midfield alongside some of the already established names brings a sense of excitement and ambition that the club hasn't felt in a long time. It's as if each new signing is another brick being laid in what's shaping up to be a monumental project. In the end, if this deal actually goes through, it'll be hard to find anyone who thinks it wasn't a brilliant move. Because beyond the fact that the price is incredibly reasonable for a player of his potential, Jordan James' arrival could completely elevate Wrexham's status, both in footballing terms and in how the club is viewed across Europe. To sum it up, Wrexham aren't just dreaming big, they're making those dreams a reality. And if Jordan James really does arrive at the racecourse ground, mark my words, Ryan Reynolds and Rob Mack's project will gain a serious heavyweight to anchor the heart of the team. So, what do you make of all this? Is Wrexham truly becoming a force to be reckoned with, or are they at risk of going a bit overboard with the spending? Do you think Jordan James could be the missing piece they need? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. I really want to hear what you've got to say. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel and hit the bell icon, because there's hot football news every single day, and we're following every twist and turn right here with you. See you next time.